Okay, so I'm just brushing my hair. And I want to talk about something. Okay, I have like a friend, a fan on my channel, and you know what? I don't really care what like a few people think about me, like, in that if they don't like certain things about me. But you know what? I think I'm gonna address it because it's something that could cause problems for both men, women, regarding body image and how like horrid people can be. Okay, so yeah, there's this site, like, it doesn't appeal to me. Okay, but I had a friend and he shared my videos yesterday and he actually messaged me about it. And this site, like, I don't really care. People want to share whatever kind of videos they want. That's fine. But there were some hateful comments, just like women can tear down other women. I guess there were some hateful, misguided, and rude comments. Like this one guy said something very odd about me. Like he said that he thought I wasn't healthy because my weight fluctuated. And I was thinking, oh my god, you know what? That's because I'm a healthy eater and I eat healthy and I'm a healthy person. Like, you know what? I don't claim to be a stick figure. I lost weight a few years ago when I first went vegan because I was eating a lot of smoothies and I was riding my bike a lot. And yes, you know what? I have like tried to want to lose more weight again and maybe I will. But to be honest with you, I don't think I want to ever be like 116 pounds again. Like for me, at the time, I thought being 116 pounds was really great. Like I thought, oh, I feel really good being super skinny like that again, because in my early 20s I was. But it's not for me really. I don't want to be that thin because my body type's not really that type. So at that time I was being very strict with my diet and I was consuming a lot of smoothies and just salad, which is really healthy. And I'm not saying I want to do that again ever, but I was super duper active. I was riding my bike with a ton. I still walk a lot, but like, yeah, this man, he thought he could make some nasty comment about me because he's like, oh, like, and you know, I am gonna address it because I guess I could just let these things go, but I want to let women or men know who, like, oh, your weight fluctuates. That's actually normal. Like, there's some people, look, if some people just always want to be really skinny and that's like what they're gonna do with their life. And yeah, you know what? I'm trying to lose some weight too, but I'm actually happy with myself as is. I don't need to be 116 pounds again. And I thought at the time when I was 116 pounds, I thought it was really good. I thought I looked really good. But you know, a lot of people thought I was too skinny. And to be honest with you, after a year and a half, when I first went vegan, I just kind of came out of eating a smoothie every day. Hey, how you doing? Thank you. So, like, oh my god, like, you know, a lot of people when they change their diet, sometimes they lose a lot of weight. And that wasn't really sustainable for me. And good for people like people who are naturally slim. Like, there's nothing wrong with being skinny. And I have been thinner at periods in my life, but I tend to be a little bit more curvy and I'm healthy. And I walk many miles. Like, I actually walk to and from work many miles per day. I just don't eat like a little tiny portion. Like, I'm sorry. Like, a lot of people tell me they can eat half a sandwich and they're full. Good for you. But I enjoy life and I enjoy food. So just, I feel like I had to, even though, like, okay, I appreciate my little fans sharing my videos in a place like that, but you know what? You don't have to, because I think I kind of looked at that site and I don't know, like, if those people feel happy doing that, like, if they just want to say, like, it just seemed kind of demeaning, really, because you know what? I just share long hair because I like it, and if people enjoy the beauty of it, but I really don't care, like, what demeaning people think. And if somebody's on a site, like commenting on somebody like that, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm happy with myself, so I'm gonna speak up for people because this is why. It's comments like this from both men and women. This is why, like, people wonder, oh, why did people delete their social media? Oh, why did she cut her hair? Do you want to know why some of these women delete their social media or cut their hair or they go MIA? Like, there are people they're wondering about it. It's probably because they didn't want to hear from this. Like, I'm sorry, but these stupid comments, like, where you think, like, you can just, like, maybe if you were just a normal human being and you understood something about nutrition and human beings, sometimes people's weight fluctuates because maybe they tried a new diet and maybe they weren't happy being that skinny. And look, maybe I would like to lose a little bit more weight, but I'm happy with myself now. And I don't have, like, I actually love the way I look now. If I lose weight, that'll be great. If I don't, it's not the end of the world. Like, I don't feel like I need to be 116 pounds. That was just, for me, not sustainable. Like, you know, it just really wasn't for me personally. So yeah, I am trying to lose some weight again, and oh, my weight fluctuated over 10 years, and you saw that in a video, and you're so childish. So I want to speak up about that because if there's a childish man who doesn't understand, like, human physiology and nutrition, like, I don't want some man or woman to feel bad about themselves because some guy thinks that somebody's not healthy when it's actually pretty healthy to realize, oh, I tried a new diet, it didn't really work for me. Like, I love the vegan lifestyle, but you know what? Sometimes I eat noodles. Sometimes I eat bread. I'm not gonna be on some, like, you know, if I totally respect if you want to be really super slim and trim, but that was one thing that kind of turned me off about the very low fat vegans. Like, you would go to the market night, like they had just Vegana here in my city. They had this amazing Mexican vegan food, and yes, you can have amazing Mexican vegan food. And this family, like, they veganized everything. Like, they make all these authentic dishes, and it just goes to show you can make amazing veganized food in any cuisine. But some of these people would go, like, and I think they were the same people listening to these, you know, if this is what you want to do with your life and this is what makes you happy, the really high carb, low fat people, they'd be like, oh, I don't know if I should eat this because, like, it might have fat in it. And oh no, like, you know, it might have too much protein. And, like, they were just they wanted to just eat, I don't know, kind of just really, really low fat. Like, that was their obsession. But you need some fat in your diet. It makes you feel more satiated. I personally am more for eating delicious food that's filling. I used to love going to get their jackfruit nachos, but there would be people in that line that would tell people, oh, they're not skinny vegans, so they shouldn't be eating that. Like, why are they going to eat that? Or just, it goes across all the boundaries, really. Like, I'm just really happy with how I look, but, you know, I'm trying to lose weight, but not in a weird kind of way. And you know what? With maturity, when women get older, they can't always maintain a really slim physique easily. Like, for me, I kind of have to work out like crazy, like, all the time, riding my bike like crazy all the time. And, you know, if I just wanted to eat smoothies, and that was good for a time period, but I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. And I've always been healthy. It's just, you know, yes, I had an interest in becoming 100% vegan in 2014. I lost some weight. Oh, I put some weight back on again. I'm sorry, like, some guy whose aesthetic is, like, super slim wasn't happy with that. But I make hair videos, and I think it's kind of disgusting that some guy thought it was okay. So I want to speak out. I always speak out against people who do this kind of garbage, because I wouldn't want some other woman to read that, or man even, and think, oh my God, like, there's something wrong with me. I shouldn't be on social media. You know what? I'm pretty tough. Like, I feel good with myself and I'm happy with myself. I'm not gonna hide or not make videos, but I know that there would be a lot of women, they probably would just like, I think this is why some women cut their hair. These men want to know, well, where do these women go? Why aren't they around anymore? Like, they cut their hair maybe because, like, there's women that are nasty about it, but if there are actually men, like, there's a few men like this that are on a forum and they hear about it, maybe they don't want that kind of negativity and maybe they cut their hair because it annoys them. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to cut my hair personally, but if men wonder why like these women disappear or cut their hair, it's probably because of the comments like this from men who think, oh, I like her hair, but she didn't weigh 116 pounds anymore. Okay, not everybody weighs 116 pounds for the rest of their life. For me, it's just not sustainable. I'm not saying I never will again, probably not. I don't think I want to weigh 116 pounds again ever in my life. I'm pretty happy with how I look now. I want to lose a little bit of weight and I try to be active, but there's something called eating disorder. Do you know what eating disorder is? It's actually something that's kind of promoted prevalently throughout all societies, and I think anytime somebody becomes too obsessive about like the amount of calories they're eating and oh my god, like I don't look like slim enough. So like there are people I've heard them say before, I can go to El Pollo Loco and order a 300-calorie meal because that will keep me in my calorie budget. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And there would be these women that would say things like, you know, I look at food like I do a bank account. If I go over a certain amount, I just can't eat more. And they'd be eyeing the food and you knew that they were still hungry. And that is just not a way to live. That is like actually the most flippant unhealthy way to live. Like I'm not saying be a glutton, but if you're going to like be some crazy sauce applesauce person who thinks, oh my god, that woman doesn't weigh like 110, 116 pounds anymore. Like, what happened to her? She's a normal human being. Like, I'm a normal person. Like, life happens and I tried a new diet. I made that hair journey video for men that I thought would like, or women that I thought would be appreciative of my hair length. Not for some idiot who doesn't understand nutrition or human anatomy or anything like that. So I had to speak out with that. But you know, look, I'm not a prude. I don't care about that side. It doesn't offend me, like the kind of stuff that people post there. I think it's cool that people appreciate long hair. I thought I would address those comments. And yeah, I really like my long hair. This is another thing I was going to talk about too. Ethnic women, women that are of Middle Eastern descent, that are part Middle Eastern, or maybe even Hispanic, or like Asian. Like we don't always have pin straight hair. Like we have wavy hair. My dad had curly hair, like Syrian, Lebanese curly hair. He had long hair, so we discovered that, and we didn't want to know that, you know. Because no other men in his family had long hair, but we knew that my dad's hair was so curly, like he had ear to ear back in the 80s and 90s. Like his hair is not long anymore. I think it's about here. Still gets curly. So I have like a wavy hair texture from my Middle Eastern roots. And that was another thing. I was like, oh my god, her hair looks frizzy. No, my hair is wavy. I don't use flat irons on my hair to make my hair look flat and straight. So I don't do any of the hand movements where I'm like, oh my god, like we have to accept people more. I'm just like, it's so silly because like not everybody is a Eurocentric cookie cutter, okay? So, you know, I look a little European, but I also look a little Middle Eastern too. Ha! Yeah, I do. It's Mr. Cookie cutter guy that thinks that women that have wavy hair have frizzy hair. Like, no, I just actually like my wavy texture and I try to enhance it and I don't want to flat iron my hair. So yeah, I don't even know why I responded to these guys. I just thought the guy that likes my channel like told me these things and he was really sad about it. But you know what? cares? There are men on your site sharing videos about women, and that's fine and healthy, but like if they're up late at night sharing those videos, I don't know, why don't they try and find a real woman in their life rather than like tear down other women? Just saying. But anyway, that was my response to those jokers. I don't really care. People can have any kind of website they want. I'm not offended by it. I just don't care because I'm like, I want people to be healthy. Anybody who says that somebody's weight fluctuating is not healthy doesn't have a nutrition background. Look, I'm not a nutritionist, but I have studied nutrition enough to know like human beings can have a fluctuation in weight. I think if you're normally thin, like yes, that's good. Or if you want to be thin and you want to work out a lot, that's great. But maybe some people reach a point in their life they're like, you know what? I just want to eat healthy. I'm not going to obsess about like looking like a cookie cutter. I'm not going to obsess, like, especially once you're over 30, okay? I don't say my exact age over here, but like I'm over 30. I'm not 21 anymore. It was a lot easier to be super skinny at 21. So like in my early 30s, if I lost some weight, like, yeah, it was pretty easy. Like, but when you get older, it's like for me, for my kind of metabolism, like it's just not really super doable to be 160 pounds. So if that bothers some guy, like, I'm so sorry, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with how I look now. So just had to I just wanted to say that to the people that, but I try to stop speaking to the controversies because, some people are just not happy in their lives and I'm like, okay. Anyways, it's down here today. I hear it's too hard up there. Anyway. Speaking of just quick on, I'm sad that they're not here in Redlands anymore. I'm like, oh man, it's good. They're out in Pomona now. It's like, man, I would love to have some of their food right now. So like, that's something you can make it yourself, but like the jackfruit nacho. I want to eat those every day, but they are really, really good. If I do eat out again, I guess, like, there's always Phoenicia, the Lebanese Taiwanese restaurant, and they do like a vegan option, and then I don't eat out too much anyway. What else is there? So I guess after Mel I just want to say, I hope any woman, any man who has somebody make a negative comment about you or your weight fluctuation, and you know that you're healthy, you need to just ignore them, or you can speak up against it. You can just be like, okay, like, I'm glad that you're part of the judgmental crowd. Just don't put up with their comments, like, forget them. It's just not healthy. Like, think about it, you know. But that's really all I have to say about that. I'm gonna keep making videos. But really think about it too, like, all these men, they wonder, why did that woman cut her hair? Why did she delete her social media? Why isn't she around anymore? And it could be, women can be very harsh on other women. I've always done that. But just seeing the men do it too, I kind of, look, I'm not a feminist type personally, but comments like that are definitely the reason. Most definitely the reason that some women are gonna be like, you know what, like, I just was doing this because I like long hair, but if you're gonna judge me like that, like, why bother? So, look, I don't plan on cutting my hair ever, but when there are YouTubers that are like, well, I'm cutting my hair and I'm kind of over it, it's probably, they probably don't even know that's the funny part. There were some things in there too. Look, I'm not a prude, I get it. The guys, like, or they think that women would be interested in guys doing certain things to their hair. But I do want to talk about this. There might be some women that are okay with that. They're interested in that too, and I don't know. Sure there are, like, there's videos that portray this, but in regular life, like, I've asked men before that just, like, people up here is pretty, but, like, okay, the act where a man does a certain thing with a woman's hair, okay. Most women, and I'm not even talking about British women, aren't interested in that, and guys too, like, I've asked guys about that. Like, there are guys that are like, that's a thing, and look, I'm not judging you, if that's your thing and you wanna meet a woman that's her thing, like, okay, that's good, but I just find it funny that there's actually guys out there who think, oh my god, there's women? There's women that are dying for a man to, like, do something to their hair, okay? Like, I don't wanna get too technical about it, because, like, I never really knew that was a thing until, like, a few years ago, but just to hear it and read it again, I'm like, no, most women and a lot of men aren't into that, like if you're into that and that's your thing and it's a mutual thing, yeah, go for it. But it's kind of like, no, most people don't like that because they put oil in their hair to moisturize it. Okay, I'm gonna be real specific. They moisturize their hairs with oils. They're not interested in moisturizing their hair with your anatomy. There might be some people that are, but a lot of men and women aren't interested, okay? I'm just saying, like, that's a fantasy for you guys. That's fine. You can find people that might share that with you, but I'm just saying, just from people I've talked to, just common knowledge, most people, no. They don't, it's not, it's not really a popular thing. It's kind of, it's very niche and most people aren't into that. Like, so that's the funny part. Like, there's this fantasy that, oh my God, like, there's women who would like a man to moisturize their hair with their anatomy. No, most women moisturize their hair with some sort of oil. I use coconut. Some women use argan. You know, that's what people use to moisturize their hair. Usually hurt the anatomy, yeah. I'm just saying, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but just speaking truth. Anyway, I think I said what I had to say today. Thanks for watching.